Ever feel like you're doing a million things at once, but getting nothing done? You're replying to messages, watching a video, kind of working, and scrolling through your phone. By the end of the day, you're totally exhausted, but your to-do list looks exactly the same. So you think, I just need to focus more. But what if I told you that's not the problem? Here's the real secret. Your brain doesn't actually multitask. It just switches tasks really, really fast. Every single switch costs you mental energy. Your attention has to reset. You have to reload the context of what you were doing, and your stress levels spike. So, all that multitasking isn't saving you time. It's just draining your battery and slowing you down. That is why focusing on one single thing at a time often helps you get so much more done. Try it and see the difference. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about something we all do, something that feels like a superpower, but might actually be our kryptonite: multitasking. Let's paint a picture. It's a typical Tuesday afternoon. You've got a work report open on one screen. On another, your email inbox is pinging every few minutes. Your phone buzzes with group chat notifications. And hey, why not have a podcast playing in the background for some passive learning? You feel like you're the master of your universe, juggling everything at once, being the ultimate productivity guru. You're spinning all these plates, feeling incredibly busy and efficient. But then, PM rolls around. You close your laptop, and this wave of exhaustion hits you. It's not just physical tiredness. It's a deep mental drain. You look back at your day, and a strange feeling creeps in. You were busy all day, nonstop, but what did you actually finish? That report is only halfway done. You've half listened to the podcast, and you're behind on the emails you were supposedly handling. You feel scattered, drained, and strangely unproductive. You tell yourself, I just need to focus more tomorrow, but the cycle repeats. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. This is the great paradox of modern work and life. We feel busier than ever, yet less accomplished. And the culprit is our belief in the myth of multitasking. So let's get straight to the science of it, the hard truth. Your brain cannot truly multitask. It's a biological impossibility. When you think you're doing 2 or 3 things at once, what your brain is actually doing is switching between those tasks at an incredible speed. It's called context switching. Think of it like a computer with only one processor trying to run multiple heavy programs. It has to rapidly jump from one to the next, giving each a little bit of processing power before moving on. Now, here's the problem. Every single one of those switches has a cost. It's not a seamless transition. Each time you switch from writing your report to checking that new email, your brain has to disengage from the first task, load the context of the new task, deal with it, and then switch back. That process of disengaging and re-engaging isn't free. It burns a surprising amount of mental energy, your precious glucose reserves. This is what neuroscientists call the switch cost. It's the time and energy lost in the transition. Studies have shown that even a brief interruption, just a couple of seconds, can double the error rate on a task. And heavy multitasking can temporarily lower your effective IQ more than being sleep deprived. You're literally making yourself less smart in the moment. Think about it this way. Imagine you're reading a really complex book. You're deep into a chapter, following an intricate plot. Now, imagine someone taps you on the shoulder every 10 seconds to ask you a completely unrelated question. How much of the book would you actually absorb? How long would it take you to finish that chapter? That's exactly what you're doing to your brain when you multitask. You're constantly interrupting its flow. This constant switching also has a significant impact on your stress levels. Every time you switch tasks, your brain has to reorient itself, which can trigger a small stress response. When you do this hundreds of times a day, those little hits of stress hormones, like cortisol, start to add up. This is why at the end of a multitasking day, You feel frazzled, anxious, and mentally fried, even if you haven't done any physically demanding work. You've essentially put your brain through a high-intensity interval workout without any of the benefits. So what's the alternative? It sounds almost too simple, but it's the most powerful productivity hack there is: monotasking. Or, as it used to be called, just working. It's the practice of focusing on one single task at a time with your full undivided attention. This doesn't mean you can only do one thing all day. It means you dedicate specific blocks of time to specific tasks. For example, for the next 45 minutes, you are only writing that report. You close your email tab. You put your phone on silent and in another room. You turn off the podcast. It's just you and the report. At first, this might feel uncomfortable. Your brain, conditioned for constant stimulation, will crave a distraction. You'll have the urge to just quickly check something. This is the withdrawal from the dopamine hits that multitasking provides. Every notification, every new email gives your brain a little reward. But these are empty calories for your mind. You have to resist that urge. When you push through that initial discomfort and give yourself the space to focus, something magical happens. You enter a state of deep work or flow. This is where you're fully immersed in a task. Time seems to melt away, and your productivity skyrockets. Your brain, no longer wasting energy on context switching, can devote all its resources to the task at hand. You'll produce higher quality work faster. You'll solve problems more creatively. And crucially, you'll end the session feeling accomplished and energized, not drained and scattered. Here are a few practical ways to start embracing monotasking. First, use a technique like the Pomodoro method. Set a timer for 25, 45, or even 60 minutes, and commit to working on one thing for that entire period. When the timer goes off, take a short break. Stretch, get some water, and then you can intentionally check your messages or email during that break. Second, batch your tasks. Instead of answering emails as they come in, set aside 2 or 3 specific times during the day to process your inbox. This prevents your entire day from being dictated by other people's priorities. Do the same for checking social media or reading news. Batching similar activities together is far more efficient than sprinkling them throughout your day. Third, curate your environment for focus. If you're working on a computer, close all unnecessary tabs and applications. Use website blockers if you have to. If you're in a noisy environment, noise-canceling headphones can be a game changer. The goal is to reduce the number of potential interruptions that can pull you out of your flow state. Breaking the habit of multitasking is a journey, not an overnight fix. It requires conscious effort and practice. But the payoff is immense. You'll not only get more done, but the quality of your work will improve. You'll feel less stressed, more in control of your day, and you'll rediscover the satisfaction of seeing a task through from start to finish. So I challenge you, for the rest of today, or maybe tomorrow, pick one important task. Just one. And give it your full, undivided attention for a set period of time. See how it feels. See what you can accomplish when you stop trying to do everything at once, and instead focus on doing one thing well. You might be surprised to find that by doing less, you actually achieve far more. Thanks for watching today. I hope this gave you some food for thought. If you found this helpful, give this video a like, and consider subscribing for more content on working smarter, not harder. Let me know in the comments what your biggest multitasking struggle is. See you in the next one.